I can hear you. I want to ask you, are you sure you want to go live right now?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you because if people are calling you ableist, I don't know why. That's not right. Hold on, sorry. There's a I'm on the live at the same time, so it's repeating.
Okay,
But um
you're on another
mhm,
live.
yeah, so I don't know why people are calling you ableist if they are. I never said anything about you. I was talking about slime. I don't know why people
Hmm.
are saying that if they are.
Well, I think the issue is that a lot of people are saying that you have a disability, a mental disability. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what people are
I have
saying.
a learning disability, and
Okay.
people just tell me like, oh, you're lying. You don't have a learning disability because when I was in high school, I graduated with I read at a seventh grade reading level, and people on my
Hmm.
live streams just attack me, and it's like, oh, you have a seventh grade reading level, and they call me stupid all the time, and
Hmm.
it's not even that. It's like the stuff with slime, like calling me the R word constantly and saying like they
Hmm.
can say those things because they're disabled. And I said, like, I don't like that because to me it doesn't make me feel good about like them constantly telling me that.
I wanted you to, well, first of all, they shouldn't be doing that. And I wanted you to understand, because I know that you were really upset yesterday. I wanted you to understand that the reason that I was talking to you that way and telling you how I felt about the situation is because I truly believe, Tofia, that there's a lot that you can do for yourself that I think you're relying too much on social media for. I know you're saying you're working on your brand, you're working on establishing yourself. And I also want you to understand that that takes time, but I don't want to see you evicted living, in a hotel, nowhere to go because you're focused more so on building this brand. I don't even know what your brand is. I don't know what you said. You have a business, you're trying to sell stuff. I don't know what you
I was
sell. I
working
looked.
on doing a clothing line, but the thing
Hmm.
is that a lot of people that are on here, especially like certain people, it's really hard to do stuff when like when you expose people, they like get mad, they take it out on you,
Hmm.
and they are just relentless towards me. And like with the swatting situation, like I know the difference between swatting and raiding because I have been swatted 3 times. People call the police to my house for no reason. Yesterday the
Hmm.
police came because someone said I tried to harm myself,
Hmm.
and they send pizza to
Yep.
my house. And
Hmm.
they do a lot of stuff on my live stream. Like they literally call me slurs, they attack me, and
And
I'm trying my best to like articulate like things like say things. I don't know how to say it like correctly, not so it
mhm.
sounds like I'm being racist or prejudiced or discriminatory towards people. I try to
Hmm.
explain myself the best that I can, but it's really hard.
Have you considered, as far as like getting the hate, have you considered, because one of the things I noticed is you don't limit your comments. Have you considered limiting your comments, putting in
See,
keywords
the thing
that don't
about
show?
limiting my comments is when I do that, they've come out with rumors every time I limit comments. They say, "Oh, you're silencing us." They get worse. They attack me like a lot worse when I do that. When I've gotten threats, I have like 3 police reports already. And the police, we know, won't do anything unless someone actually shows up to your place. I had a fake bug man show up to my place due to people
Hmm.
like I know my dad put my address out there, but before that, I was doxxed. And people had been sending pizza to my house. They had been,
Hmm.
recently, they started sending the police.
So
And
can I ask you no so can I ask you, Sophia, knowing all of this stress that is causing you, you're saying your people are, doing all of this, creating this unsafe environment for you. Is it really worth it? I guess, is this really worth it for you? Because what are you
um
gaining?
well, because the thing is with all this hate, the reason why they're hating on me and they said so is because they want me to get off social media. They're hating on me, so I will leave social media. And I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of getting off because then they say, oh, we won. We ran her off social
Mm-hmm.
media. And
Mm-hmm.
they just keep like antagonizing and be like, oh, they attacked me for like a previous job that I had with a boss that
Mm-hmm.
bullied me only because I had a disability. Because my dad told her that I had a learning
Mm-hmm.
disability and she bullied me at my work. She told
Do you mind? Do you mind? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
she told a coworker, or no, she told me that a customer called and said I smelled bad. And she made and the one of the coworkers said, "Oh, she's lying. That's not true." And she would just
Mm-hmm.
do little things like when the oven broke, she would blame me for that. And
Mm-hmm.
I was off on the weekend, and when I came back, the sandwich station wasn't stocked. And she literally fired me over cheese. Like it was just a bad experience at a job that I had because of my learning disability.
I guess, Tofia, I look at this and I'm trying to understand, what are you gaining? It seems like you're under a lot of stress. You're dealing with a lot of people who don't like you. You're dealing with a lot of trolls, a lot of people who, you're saying that you say things that are may not be appropriate. My fear here is it's causing more harm than good, and I know you don't want them to have the satisfaction. Are you able to turn your camera on, by the way? I know you don't want them
No,
to.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I'm in my room, so it's dark.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I know you don't want them to have the satisfaction of you, moving or leaving social media. But on a personal level, on a level of like your sanity, your peace, you know, what are you really gaining from it? You can still do social media, but what I'm saying is, with all of this hate that's going on, what are you really getting from it, in the sense of, because it seems like it's stressing you out more than it's benefiting you.
Well, it's not really it's just like trying to stress to people like the things my dad did is not my fault, but they take it out on me. And they say, "Well, you need to do something about him." Like we when he was real sick, we told him like, "Oh, we don't like that you are doing this stuff like going live. You are causing us more problems." He doesn't
Mm-hmm.
understand because of the mental capacity he was at, not on his medication. So he didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand the stuff he was doing was causing me and my mom problems. Like I just recently got into a creator program for my lives on TikTok, and it requires me to go live like 3 times a week. So
Mm-hmm.
doing that and working on other stuff, it's just that every time there's a lot of people that have come for me that have been exposed for horrible things, and when they continuously like cause hate towards me, that's where it mostly comes from, and it stems from a lot of the stuff that other people that I'm associated with, like it's like guilty by association. When other people do
Mm-hmm.
stuff, they blame me for it.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Your father has his own TikTok, right? And the thing is, when you
Yeah.
invite social media into your life, even just a little bit, things kind of can take over and snowball from there. People like a train wreck, and people like, to watch it happen. I think too, with your dad being the way that he is, obviously he needs help. I can't, we can't tell you what to do, Tofia, but what I really think here is that, with what through on a personal level with your father, and I know you want to establish yourself on a social media level, but you're in a situation now where you're being evicted, right? Do you have a place to
Yes.
go?
Yeah, we're able to get a place. We just with the money that we have, we're going to use that towards paying the rent. So that's we have a place.
Okay, so you have a new place to go.
Yes.
Okay, so you have a new place to go. There's a lot of people too who were concerned about, the dog, about your dog, Hershey.
Yeah. She's coming
Okay,
with us. My mom won't get rid of her. My mom loves that dog too much, so
well, I
we're
think the
gonna make sure that she has a place where she can, you know, have open space and, be able to go outside and stuff like that.
Okay. And I think that was a big concern for a lot of people. You're in a house or you're in an apartment with a dog who is 2 to 3 years old and does not go outside. You have still have puppy pads for, because even though he's trained to the puppy pads, he doesn't go outside. And I don't think this is a very healthy environment for you. And listen, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor of any kind. I'm just saying from what I see and from the outside looking in, it's not a very healthy environment to be in.
Yeah, well, uh, I don't like the comment saying that we do take her out. It's just that Hershey doesn't use the restroom outside. She won't. She uses the restroom inside. She was trained like that.
I and you can kind of see though where a lot of people would feel weirded out by that because
I,
Hershey is
I I
trained to.
understand that people should have concern for the animals, but my family, we would never abuse animals like that. We make sure they're well taken care of.
Well, here's the thing. In a I don't know how big your apartment is, but in an apartment, from the hallway was lined with puppy pads. The only time I see that as acceptable, and I'm being honest with you, the only time that's acceptable is if you're training the animal and you're training the dog because you expect the dog to have accidents, right? In a house, in an apartment in that size where there's you, your mom, your brother, and your dad, plus the dog, that size of a place where the dog has puppy pads lined up down the hall, you can't tell me nobody's stepping on that. You can't tell me that doesn't leave an odor. There's a reason why we train our dogs to go outside, despite, even if we have puppy pads, puppy pads are for puppies, right? Unless, they have an incontinence issue, your dog should be going outside. And I think that's nature. I think that's better for him. I mean that's on the outside looking in.
Yeah, we do take Hershey outside to use the restroom, but she won't. She for some reason she just uses it inside. Like when we take her out, like she'll pee
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, but like poop and stuff like that, she won't do it outside.
Okay. Okay.
But we do take her out and we try to like get her to use the restroom, but that's a
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I mean, uh, you're at this point right now. You're like I said, you saw what happened yesterday. You've been, you've been getting bullied. You have the cops are coming to your house or to your apartment. What are the real next steps? I want you to be realistic here. I know you don't want to get off of social media, but Tafia, I really think you have to be realistic here and even consider just taking a break.
Well, as for like next steps, like I had to be really careful about having my address, like people getting my address, because that was the main issue is that people got my address from online and doxed
Mhm.
me from
But
two
if you're
years
going,
ago.
but think about it this way: you're going to move. I'm assuming you're moving, and your dad is moving along with you, right?
He's not here right now. He's still in jail. They lifted. He had a they we have to go to court because they claim, like I said, the police claimed he held us hostage, which was not true,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we're actually fighting that. And
Okay, but
so,
what But Tofia, listen, he's in jail right now. He's not going to be in jail assumingly, he's not going to be in jail forever. So even if you move into a new place, let's say you move into a new place 2 weeks from now, if he's doing the same things that he was doing before, which is posting your address, taking photos of your apartment, posting that on Twitter, it's not going to be hard for people to find out where you live. So again, I'm asking you, is this a a healthy situation, because I don't think it is. Because if you're realistically saying that the best move for you is to make sure that people don't have your address, I think that's the wrong move, because your father is still sick. If he's not getting the proper treatment, then how can you protect yourself? He's not able to protect you. You're an adult now. You're 28 years old. He is
Yeah.
very ill. He needs to get his medication. He needs to talk to a doctor. He needs to get settled. Your mother is not able to watch him. Nobody is able to do that. Being on social media and saying that you're going to make sure you're going to hide your address, it's impossible. He's going to show your address eventually.
But and it's not that. It's just like even if I get off social media, when he posts on social
Mhm.
media, it causes my mom to get bullied and harassed. So they still would be attacking my parents whether or not I get off social media. And as
But that's
for
but
like I've explained to
what I'm
people,
talking about is, but Tofia, what I'm talking about is you protecting you, protect yourself. It may be best, in the best interest of all parties involved, is to take a break from social media, help your father get the help that he needs. And if maybe you're not willing to help him, that's fine. But then you need to break away from this toxic situation. Because I'm telling you, you move 2 weeks from now, you're going to be in the same situation. He's going to tweet out your address or something that shows where you live, and the calls doesn't stop. People will continue to send the police to your house. You continue the cycle.
see, the thing that I explained to people on my live stream is the stuff that I got through TikTok. Now because of the situation, obviously the money has to go towards rent. But the things that I'm going to be doing a take step for is like I told them I was going to save to get a house to be able to buy a house and make sure that I have for like electricity, stuff like that, and make sure that the bills are paid. That was what I
Sophia, this
was
is,
going to do.
you're not listening. You're not listening. This is not a money problem. This is a personal, I need to see what I need to do for myself problem. I am 28 years old. My father is severely ill. He needs his medication. He's not willing to take his medication. My mother cannot help. My brother is doing his own thing. What can I do for me? Am I going to stay in this situation, or am I going to move out of this situation, or am I going to help my father? I need to, you got to decide. You can't, staying on social media is not the answer. I'm telling you, it's not the answer. Not right now, it's not.
Yeah, I understand that social media is not the answer, but that's what these people want is for me to not be on social media
But
because then
Tofia,
they
but what do
celebrate
you
that.
want? But Tofia, stop worrying about what they want. Everybody and every single creator has somebody that does not want them on this app. You cannot go on the basis of that. You have to go on the basis of what you need. Are you going to sit here for the next 10 years in your doing this with your father and your mother, and just to prove a point to us, to social media, that no one
But
wants you to prove?
it's not trying to prove a point right now. I cannot leave my situation. It is very difficult to leave my situation. Right now I
But
can't
then,
do that. I just
so
I can't.
have you?
I've had a lot of
Mhm.
trouble. Like I've explained to people that I've had a lot of trouble getting a job, just how I have been treated just when I go up to ask for like an application or things like that, just how certain people just react towards me. And it's
Mhm.
been very difficult for me to get a job. I've tried in the past. I went to training, I did a lot of stuff, but see, with the
Mhm.
Dunkin' Donuts job, I applied there and they literally told me they didn't have a job. But when my dad
Mhm.
called, all of a sudden they gave me a job. He's the one who helped me
Mhm.
get that job. And it
Mhm.
was really weird to me because I was like, why would you say that, oh, you don't have a job and then you just give me a job? She said,
Right.
I'm giving you the job, but I have to do the interview. And then I guess that's when she started regretting it and started like bullying me at work. And when
What
I
I
do
think the best.
apply,
Mhm.
oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No. Well, what I was gonna say is, is there someone outside of your family, outside of your mom and your dad, that you can talk to? Are there some social services? Is there someone that you can reach out to? Because I think that this is a level beyond social media. I think this needs to be off of social media, and I think you need to talk to somebody that can help you and walk through with you what needs to happen. Because like you said, you tried this on your own, but I think you need somebody to help you, somebody who's actually in the city that you're in, that can help you get to these next steps. It sounds like you don't want to be in this situation and you're stuck, and your outlet is social media, but I'm telling you, I don't think that's the best outlook to have right now.
Yeah, I do
I know
have
it was
someone
hard for
to.
you to get a job in the past, but there's some things I'm sure you can learn from that job, that, whatever happened, the bullying, there's got to be a next step here.
Yes, I do have someone I can talk to.
Hmm. I mean, what are you going to do? Because I'm just saying, you can't. This is not it, Tofia. This is not it. Saying that you don't want to give people what they want, you could pause your social media account, come back in a month or so, whatever, and do something different. But you should focus on getting out of your situation and not staying buried in it.
Yeah.
If there's anything that I can help you with to do that, I'm just saying, sitting here starting a GoFundMe, asking for a few $1,000s, that's not going to help your situation. That might help you, that's a little bit of a band-aid, but that's not going to help the situation when you're stuck in a toxic environment.
Yeah. See,
Have you
with the
considered going to therapy?
GoFundMe, I didn't make the GoFundMe because, well, I did need the help, but someone told me to make it, and at that point I was like, people are just going to say I'm a scammer and all of this
Hmm.
stuff because of the GoFundMe. And I've told people that before, because people have said, "Oh, make a GoFundMe, we'll help you." And I said no, because then people will say I'm a
Who are these
scammer.
people? Who are these people that are telling you to do this? Who are
Um,
they?
there's some supporters that are online that have been
Are they?
supporting before.
Are they supporters of yours? How
Yeah,
do you know that
yes.
they're supporters?
Well, they well see. There's a lot of stuff that like I've exposed about people, and they've been really supportive and helpful about sending like
Sophia,
helping
that
me.
has nothing to do. That doesn't make them a supporter, honey. That just makes them participating in what you have going on. That's not a supporter. If they're not helping you and talking with you and really helping, trying to help you seek real help, that's not a supporter, honey. That's just somebody who's enabling you right now,
Some of
and
them
you're being
have been
enabled.
trying to. Some of them have been trying to do that. Some of them have, but they literally have stressed the fact, because when I go live, it's nothing but negative comments that I've been trying to clear to make the live streams positive and welcome for everyone. But it's very difficult when people are like, they say something like racist, they say slurs or something, and it hurts
Mhm.
other people. It's
But what
not
I'm
hurting
telling you,
me.
but Sophia, you can filter that stuff out, right? When before you even start a live, you can filter out, certain keywords, so it never shows up on your screen.
Yeah,
So
we
even
we
when you're
have
in the live,
words filtered on my life. It's just that when
okay.
we do that, they get worse. And like I just try to ignore it. Sometimes I defend myself,
Hmm.
but they
Hmm.
take it out on me because they say, "Oh, you're silencing us. Oh, you don't want to hear the truth." And
I'm telling you, Sophia, you keep bringing it to social media. You keep talking about this. You have to find a different outlet. This is not working. What I'm trying to tell you is this is not working. You're going back and forth with people who are trolling you, who are enabling you. You're not getting anywhere, though. You're creating what you created as yourself is surrounded by a toxic environment at home. And when you log onto this app, it's just toxic even more, and you're not able to control it. You're not even monetizing off of it. You're not
Well,
making anything better for yourself by being in
I
this
have to.
situation. You have to get out of the situation. You have to understand that you cannot worry about them winning. You have to tell yourself, Sophia needs to win. How do I win? You have to get out of this situation. You need to log off the app, shut it down, and focus on your personal life, whether or not you're going to live with your parents, how you're going to get out of this, talk to a counselor, talk to a therapist, and find your way out, fight your way out of this, because social media is utilizing you as a joke right now.
Hmm.
That cannot be what you want.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you here. I'm trying to give you some encouragement. I mean, you have to understand that this is not social media is not for everybody. But you can change it around. You can make it for you, but you got to be in the right mindset to do that. Cuz constantly getting beat up on this app, and then getting beat up, mentally when you log off because your dad is now in jail because allegedly he threatened to harm you guys, whether that's true or not. Sophia, that has to be taking a mental toll on you, because at the end of the
Yeah,
day, this
but
is your dad.
see, the thing is, when exposing people, they're gonna attack you and beat you up mentally.
Why are we back
But
to exposing? Sophia, forget about exposing them. Why does it matter to you to expose them? What about you on a personal level? You're the one who has
but
to deal with your father. You're the one who has to deal with your mother. Forget everybody else. Stop letting us into your personal life. And I understand that your father can still turn on this app and do what he does. But what are you going to do? Are you going to get out of the situation? Or are you going to stay in the situation? Do you want to move out or do you want to stay?
I don't want to stay in this situation, but I don't like.
Then let's talk about therapy. Let's talk about no, let's talk about therapy. Let's talk about resources. There's got to be some free resources out there. There's got to be something. That's what you should raise money for. Raise money for the services to help you get out of the situation, not to move your problem, to get out of the situation.
Hmm.
That's what I want you to do. I want you to raise money to get yourself out of the situation, not to put a band aid on it. I want you to see a
Yeah,
therapist. I want you to see somebody. I want you to talk to someone. This is not healthy for you.
I understand.
So, can you make some sort of commitment to say, I'm going to look at, trying to get some therapy? I'm going to take a break from social media and see where I can go. Because right now, your dad is in jail and people are just
Yeah.
laughing about it. And he's going to get out, and people are just going to make more jokes. But you're the one who has to deal with this. You're the one who has to lay your head down where he's at, burning mattresses, doing whatever he's doing. So that cannot be comfortable for you. That has to give you some sort of anxiety.
Yeah.
I really hope you hear me, Tofia. I really do.
I'm listening. I really am.
I'm not saying to get off of social media because they're going to win. This is their way of winning or whatever. They don't matter. You matter. You need
Hmm.
to figure out your next steps and seriously take social media out of it.
Yeah.
And if you want some serious help with that, then you and I actually talk about that on a private, conversation, private phone call. What kind of resources we can find you out in where you live. I'm not going to state that out here, but where in the city that you live. There's got to be resources out there to help people in your position. But what I'm afraid of here is that you are reliant upon your parents, and maybe even though you don't like what the attention, I think a part of you do like the attention. A part of you does. And that's a very unhealthy relationship to have.
Yeah, I understand.
Is there anything you want to add? I don't want to hold you. I don't want to hold you all night. Is there anything that you want to add?
No, that's about it.
All right. Well, if you truly want to get some resources, I have no problem with helping you find those resources, but I really want you to get off of social media and take a break and really ask yourself, what does Tophia want? I really
Mm,
want you to do that for yourself. And then you and I can talk on Instagram or whatever. We can call each other on Instagram and we can talk about resources in your area. Because I know that there are people, if you really want to get the help, that are going to be willing to help.
okay.
But this, getting on social media and telling people you don't need a job, you're better than that, you don't need this, you're going to make your money all of here, that's not going to make people any happier or make people want to support you. It's just not.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All
Okay.
right. All right. We're going to go ahead and end it here. Okay. So please
Okay.
reach out to me.
Okay.
I don't, uh, I don't know, you guys. I don't know if she's gonna. I really, really do hope that she gets the help. I really hope she looks at this situation because, like I said, getting on social media is not going to help anybody. It's just not. So I'm really hoping she takes that. I know a few of you guys are in the box. I'm willing to. I just didn't want her up here while people were talking. I wanted her to talk herself. So I'll let you guys on if you want to add and give your. But if you're going to be rude or ableist, I'm just going to drop you. Okay, I'm not gonna deal with any of that.
Oh god.
Hello.
Oh shoot, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I'm a big fan of you, by the way. I followed you. I've
Oh,
been following you
thanks.
forever. Oh my goodness. Okay, so like I do TikTok as well. Like I have 2.9 million followers, and I wanted to like put some advice, not advice, like to her, my experience with social media. I've worked with brands and stuff. It doesn't last forever. It's not. I literally have a job now. Like I don't even like do TikTok full time because it's not a reliable source to
Mm-hmm.
make a living off of. And like I just wanted her to know that and I hope she's still here because social media
Mm-hmm.
is not easy. It's not easy. It's frustrating. I get so frustrated, and it's not going to last forever. Like I just wanted
No.
to, you know what I mean? Like I saw in your post, like you have a full time job as well. It's like TikTok's
Mm-hmm.
not. It's not going to do that for you. It really. It's.
It's not. It's not. And I think that's the problem that people don't understand. Your follower count does not translate into how much money you
Right.
have. Just because you
Exactly.
have 2 point whatever million followers does not mean you got 2 million dollars in your bank
Right.
account
I
right
wish.
now.
Like. Oh my
And
goodness. I
I
wish.
right, we all do. And I think people miss just don't understand where all that is coming from. And people think that it is, but it doesn't equal that. So my whole thing
Exactly.
is it may be funny to in some people's eyes to poke fun and laugh, but you really have to understand that this is somebody's life. At the end of the day, this is a situation that none of us, at least I can't relate to, but what I can do is offer some guidance and some help. I'm
Exactly.
gonna
Exactly.
it so that I'm gonna let up a few of my subscribers because I always try to make sure that you guys get some time to talk as well. Um, what's up, Lexi?
Hey, I just wanted to say, like, I love your lives, by the way. I watch them all the time. But I just
Oh,
wanted
thank
to
you.
say, regardless of her actions, what she said, what she's done, I was watching her live last night and people were like, one more day, are you ready to live on the streets? Like, that's sick. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
care what somebody has done. what somebody has said. Nobody deserves to be treated that way.
Right.
I mean, that's really all I wanted to say, because there's the people are in here and they know who they are. But it's just like some of the things that were being said were disgusting, and nobody deserves to be treated like that. And also people telling her to unalive herself, blah blah blah. This is why people do, is because of the
Right.
things you say. So I'm not going to take up no time. I just wanted to say that. But yeah.
I appreciate you jumping in, and that's why I said, like, that's why my whole thing to her was, is this really worth it? Because if you know, at least you can say, hey, and not that it makes it any better, but at least you can say, I'm making a ton of money off my haters. You know, I'm turning it around. I'm making it into a business. Whatever, you hate me, but you're paying to watch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, turn it into something. But to sit here and say, I'm not gonna get a job, you guys are not gonna, I can't let them win. Well, they are winning. Every day
Right.
you turn on this app, you turn on a live or whatever, you start your live, and people are sitting there just throwing hate your way, and you're reacting to it. They're winning. They're winning. And that's why I said, I think part of you, whether you want to admit it or not, there's a part of you that is liking this attention.
Right.
And you don't want to give that up, but you don't realize that this is unhealthy attention. It hurts you, but you still need the attention. I think we all struggle with social media in a way. No matter how big you are or how small you are as a content creator, everyone will have a hater. Everyone will have a page dedicated to them saying that they suck. Okay?
Right.
That's not, but
That's just part of
there's
having a
also,
following.
that's part of having a following. But when you embrace the hate, so much so that you think it's fine to have, and you just want to still have your platform, that's not good. That's not good.
And like
Miami,
I
you want to,
see,
or
sorry,
not Miami, go ahead.
I see
um
Tiana like saying that she wishes that all of our grandmothers are, you know what. I know that that's
who?
100% wrong, but to Tiana with a pink heart, it's up a little bit. I agree 100% that that's sick, and if she did say that's disgusting. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't tell somebody to unalive themselves. You shouldn't ask how it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be on the streets. Blah blah blah.
Right.
I get nervous when I get on here, so I can't think of everything that was being said. But it's
Yeah.
sick, and it really it hurt my heart, because I don't agree with what she said and what she's done. But nobody deserves to be told to unalive themselves, because some will.
Mm-hmm.
Some people will do that.
Right.
Some people
Right.
will have enough of what you're saying, and making fun of her parents. I mean, I saw a few comments on there last night. Her mom was talking and they were mocking her accent, and it's sick. You're no
Mm-hmm.
better than the other people. You know,
Right.
I mean, and you can hate if you want to hate, not you, but the comments I'm seeing some. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody deserves to be treated like that. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be
I think
treated like
that's,
that. I wouldn't treat nobody like that. So, I mean,
and I think that's what we're all like. We all understand that. I think, unfortunately, it really only takes one person to make someone else feel okay with hating somebody else. But she has to also understand that social media is not for everyone. Not every person can get on here, have a platform, and do what we do, and be able to carry that, and just, make a ton of money. I don't make a ton of money off this app. I think
Same.
there's the perception is so bad that I think she thinks that she's going to make a ton of
That's
money
what
off
I'm
this app.
thinking. I think it's because of that. I think it's because of like if she sees like a following or something, like people just assume, oh,
Mm-hmm.
they have this amount of followers. Oh, they're making so much money. And also the same thing is like I didn't even know who Tofia was until like I started seeing all this stuff come out. The sad truth
Mm-hmm.
about that is I think that she's going to be remembered because of all this drama. I think a lot of it is going to be remembered for this. Like,
right.
Can
And
I
I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
say
everybody
something?
to
has
take a
something
break
in
because
life
it's
that they
never
want
going to
to
stop if she keeps going live.
Yeah,
Can I say
it's not, and
something?
that's
So
go ahead.
I feel like a lot of us are very hypocritical when it comes to like what her mom and what anybody says. Like, oh, she said the R word, she says slurs and all these bad things. I feel like 99% of us had said something of those type of lines, And
Mm-hmm.
before people get in the comments like, oh, she said this, she said that, I would like people to realize, like, have you said that before? Like, I know
Right,
I
right.
have. Like, 2016 was a year to, like, say the N word. I mean, like, everybody said the N word. So, like, obviously
Wait,
we
what?
don't do it anymore. But, I feel like we need to start educating people more. And I feel like a lot of it is a dialect and, like, how you grow up. Like, sometimes
Wait, are you black? Are you wait, are you black?
yes, I'm black.
Okay, because you said you thought it was the year that everybody said the N word, and I don't know what year you were talking about, but if it
Like
wasn't prior to 18,
2016, like
okay,
2016 was a crazy year. I mean, like, a lot of, like, white people that weren't black was,
okay,
like, saying the N word heavily, even on Vine. Like, you see, like, white
okay,
creators on Vine, like, being exposed in this year, last year, for, like, saying the N word in
mm-hmm,
their vines. And, yeah, like, I feel like a lot of times things are gonna come up with, like, Tophia. She has said some crazy things on her lives, but also
mm-hmm,
I feel like she generally understands that what she said is wrong. I feel like a lot of
mm-hmm.
us do use, like, different language when we're not on the social platforms and stuff. Like,
Oh,
sometimes I catch,
absolutely.
yeah, sometimes I catch myself saying the R word, and
Mm-hmm.
I hate that I do that. But sometimes it's just like, a lot of times we have different ways of talking. Obviously, I don't mean it in a derogatory term. Just like
Okay,
if I say something is stupid, I mean, like, if I'm doing something and I made, like, a crazy mistake,
okay,
I will
uh-huh.
accidentally use that word. And that's not okay. Is That's very true. It's not okay. And I hope she learns from this. I hope she does listen to your advice, because
Mm-hmm.
I use TikTok as, like, almost a diary. I get on here, say what's on my mind, and then I get off. If it goes viral, it goes viral. But
Mm-hmm.
Sophia is very, into this internet stuff, and
Well,
like the
and
Apple
I think
Store. Go ahead.
well, I think that's the issue, and I know where you're coming from. I think that's the issue. I think part of her likes the attention, but doesn't like the consequences of the attention. Right? Going viral can be good and it can be bad. You go viral for the wrong reasons, you have no control. Hey, you're going viral for the right reasons. That's a good, viral little high for you. That's great. But when you go viral for the wrong reasons and people, pile on you, it's not good. Medusa, what did you want to say?
Okay, thank you for letting me speak. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone who takes the perspective, including the host here, of trying to help and get someone mentored, because it's obvious that the people that she's around did not supply her with the knowledge that she needs. I do, however, wanted to say, and I know a lot of people in the comments that aren't speaking because they're not subs. Thank you for the comments. Um, we're mentioning that we do believe it's unfair for you to say that the viewers are ableist, because we were letting you know that this person has a learning disability. Yesterday, when she was on live, she did mention it, and she has mentioned it other lives before then. And we were just trying to let you know that, and also let the people in the comments know, we're not at all excusing her actions from her having a learning disability.
No,
However,
I'm not talking
it,
about you guys. I'm talking about the people who had no idea and who were just commenting and saying she looks like something is wrong with her. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm
Okay,
talking
because
about
I think a
those
lot of
people.
people in the comments before they got put to sub only were feeling that you were just saying overall everyone was ableist we weren't at all
No.
excusing her
No.
actions. We were just helping you guys understand, the audience that is, that it could create a lot of obstacles, and it has been creating a lot of obstacles because she's not seeing it from from our perspective.